His secret was extensively used by President Woodrow Wilson during the World War. It was passed on to every soldier who fought in the war, carefully wrapped in a tray and received before going to the front. President Wilson told me it was a strong factor in raising the funds needed for the war. More than 20 years ago, Manuel Prison, then President Commissioner of the Philippine Islands, was inspired by the secret to gain freedom for his people. He has gained freedom for the Philippines and is the first president of the free state. A peculiar thing about this secret is that those who once acquire it and use it find themselves literally swept on the success with but little effort, and they never again submit to failure. If you doubt this, study the names of those who have used it. Wherever they have been mentioned, check the records for yourself and be convinced there is no such thing as something for nothing. The secret hand to which I refer cannot be had without a price, although price is nice, far less than its value than any price by those who are not me searching for it. It cannot be given away, it cannot be purchased for money, for the reason that it comes in two parts. One part is already in possession of those who are ready for it. The secret serves equally well all who are ready for it. Education has nothing to do with it. Long before I was born, the secret had found its way into the possession of Thomas A. Edison, and he used it so intelligently that he became the world's leading inventor, although he had but 3 months of schooling. The secret was passed on to a business associate of Mr. Edison. He used it so effectively that although he was then making only $12,000 in a year, he accumulated a great fortune and retired from active business while still a young man. You will find his story at the beginning of the first chapter. It should convince you that riches are not beyond change's reach, that you can still be what you wish to be. That money, fame, recognition, and happiness can be had by all who are ready and determined to have these blessings. How do I know these things? You should have the answer before you finish this book. You may find it in the very first chapter or on the last page while I was performing the 20-year task of research, which I had undertaken. At Mr. Carnegie's request, I analyzed hundreds of well-known men, many of whom admitted that they had accumulated their vast fortunes through the aid of the Carnegie secret. Among his men were Henry Ford, William Wrigley, John Wanamaker, James J. Hill, George Parker, E.M. Statler, Henry L. Doherty, Cyrus H.K. Curtis, George Eastman, Charles M. Schwab, Harris Williams, Dr. Frank Gunsaulers, Daniel Willard, King Gillette, Judge Daniel T. Wright, John D. Rockefeller, Thomas A. Edison, Frank A. Vanderlip, F.W. Woolworth, Edward Filene, Edwin C. Barnes, Arthur Nash, Clarence Darrow, Theodore Roosevelt, to name a few.